Okay, so it's April, which means it's nearly time for Eurovision again. All 37 of the tracks are now out and available, so I've listened to them all and I've picked my 10 favorites. These are the songs that I found most interesting or good, and not necessarily the 10 that I think will do the best, although I will try to mention whether or not I think they'll do well as I talk about them. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start straight away with a bit of a controversial pick, and that is Ireland's entry, which is Bambi Thug with Doomsday Blue. The song alternates between kind of nasty heavy sections and a really sweet chorus. In the heavy section we have witches, we have spells, and we have lots and lots of screaming. And the chord progression of that section kind of evokes the song Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. Let's have a quick listen to one of those sections. And that alternates with potentially one of the nicest sections in any of the songs this year, in my opinion. So let's have a quick listen to that. I just really love the chords in that section. Now, this song probably won't do that well for the casuals. I think there's a bit too much heavy stuff going on and the song is a little bit inconsistent. It's not really very Eurovision, but you never know. Alright, so from Ireland we go all the way to the east and we get to Armenia and we have Lada Niva with the song Yako. This song is full of lovely folk melodies, and lyrically it tackles the themes of being told what to do as a woman and not really wanting to be tied down. So let's have a quick listen to the song. So I think it's a super lovely song. I think what lets it down is that it's a little bit repetitive. There's not actually that much going on outside of this main theme that you just heard. And I don't feel like it's super Eurovision. So we'll have to see how the casuals respond to it, but lovely little song, I think. Okay, and now in number 8, we have Finland with Windows 95 Man with the song No Rules. This is very goofy and it could be extremely memey on the night. They did a performance in their national final, which looked like it was a really good show. The song is also pretty catchy. It's very energetic as well. And I think, I could be mistaken, but I think it's the only song this year to have the classic Eurovision key change at the very end. So that is beautiful. Let's have a quick listen to that one.
Come on! No rules in the heat of the night, in the thrill of the fight, I don't even care what's right. No rules.
I can just imagine the crowd erupting into applause right after that big final hit. So I'm excited to see it. And in keeping with their name and the theme of their song, they have a stage show that includes clothing with Windows 95 logos on it. So we'll have to see how that translates to the live show and how much they get censored, because Eurovision doesn't actually allow copyrighted material to be shown as part of the show. So in number 7, we have Czechia, and that is Aiko with the song Pedestal. Now, this sounds exactly like Metric, and I would be very surprised if you asked her biggest influences and she did not name Metric. The vocal melodies, the arrangements, very similar. It's a song about self-empowerment, which is nice, and probably won't do that well, unfortunately. I think the genre, might not translate too well to the casuals, but I really love this song. So let's have a quick listen. So in number 6, we have Denmark's entry, Saba with the song Sand. So obviously this is Eurovision and we get a lot of big emotive pop songs. And for me, this is the emotive pop song pick of the year. I think it kind of harkens back to that EDM sound about 10 years ago. And it sounds more Sweden than Sweden. I think that if the stage show is nice and she managed to nail the vocals, which are very impressive by the way, then this song could do very well. I think it's catchy, it's big, it's emotive, and as long as, you know, the basics are done, I think this could do really, really well. So let's have a quick listen. In number 5, we have Italy, and that is Angelina Mango with the song La Noia. I think it's a really nice, energetic song. It has some Latin vibes, it has some Balkan vibes, and a nice, passionate vocal delivery as well. And from what I understand from the lyrics, it's a little bit of a feminist anthem similar to Jaco. So let's have a quick listen to it. I think this is going to need a strong stage show, unlike what she did in Sanremo, and of course good vocals as well that stay in tune, but I think it's a really nice song. I think it could do well. Okay, so number 4 we have Ollie Alexander with Dizzy. Yes, I know, I can't believe it either. It's a UK song in the top 10. So Ollie Alexander was the frontman of the band Years and Years, who were quite popular around 2015, and I would say this song is not a million miles away from what Years and Years was producing. It's a bit of an electronic pop banger, so make sure to listen on good speakers because there are some really nice synths in there. So let's have a quick listen. So I think it's a really good tune. I think it's really well produced, really catchy, and I love the kind of major minor thing that's going on in the chorus. Really nice. I think if it wasn't the UK, I would be more tempted to say this would do really well, but you just never know with the UK. He could get 0 points, but that would be a huge shame. Okay, so top 3. So number 3, we have Estonia, and that is a collab of the hip-hop group Viis Minust, maybe, and folk duo Pull Up, who play a traditional bowed instrument called the talharpa, which you can hear on this track. Apparently, the inspiration for the track comes from a phrase that one of the members once said in a car with the police, and it roughly translates to, "We sure know nothing about these drugs." So let's have a quick listen to it. The song is super catchy, it's super energetic, it's a little bit folky but also quite electronic, so we could call it like electro folk. It also has quite a lot of meme potential, so with a good dance performance and, you know, a clean stage show, I think this could be super fun in the final. I really hope they make it. In number 2 we have Switzerland with Nemo and the song The Code. I think probably the way that this song came about was, you know, they were discussing what genre should we go for Eurovision, and someone suggested why not all of them. There's operatic singing, there's drum and bass beats, there's rapping, there's a piano ballad section, and at the end is just James Bond orchestral climax on top of some drum and bass. It's fantastic. Let's have a quick listen to the end.
That's where I found my kingdom come. My heart beats like a drum.
Also, I don't know about you, but this part could be kind of memey. I think with the way that the song is put together, with all the genre hopping, the very impressive performances, the nice production, I think the jury vote will be quite strong for this song. I don't know about the televoting. I think it could go either way, but I really hope the song does well because I think it's great. Alright, so we've finally come to number 1. I think the best song this year is Netherlands entry Joost with Europapa. I actually had the fortune to grow up in the Netherlands, And this song is super, super Dutch. It kind of sounds like a bit of a joke, a bit dumb, especially in the verses, but there's actually quite a lot under the surface. The word Europa is the Dutch word for Europe. And when he says Europapa, Papa is dad in Dutch. So it's a little bit of wordplay going on there. Joost's father apparently used to tell him when he was younger that it's amazing that Europe has open borders, but he also lost his father when he was younger. So this song is a little bit about how amazing it is that Europe has open borders, but there are also lots and lots of references to his dad. But I also gather that there's a political element, as there's a couple of lines that he mentions, you know, it's very difficult to survive in Europe and to kind of have money to do things. Musically, it draws inspiration from Eurodance and hardcore, with the bridge section more specifically referencing gabber, or gabba, as they say in English. And you can see them doing the haka dance, which is quite unique to gabber. Let's have a quick listen to the song.
Welkom in Europa, blijf hier tot ik dood ga. Europa, Europa, Europa.
And the gabber section in the middle.
Welkom in Europa, jongen!
So obviously this is nowhere near as intense as real hardcore or gabber, but I think it's pretty intense for Eurovision. And I'm just so happy that this song is going to be in Eurovision. I think the main thing that's going to let the song down is that it's in Dutch. So, you know, most people are not going to understand the lyrics. They're not going to understand the meaning behind the song. And I also fear that the juries won't give it a very favorable score. They might see it as a bit of a meme song. But I think it could be catchy enough to do very well in the televoting, and I think it could actually be a very strong contender to win this year. Now, we made a video last year outlining the top 5 songs of Eurovision in the last 20 years, so go check that out and let us know if you think that anything from this year deserves to be on that list. And we'll see you next time on Mixed Signals. Bye bye.